Okay, folks, welcome to Swing Trading Today. This is Bob Desmond, and it is 5:20 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, the 24th already. All right, excuse me for yawning. First cup of coffee. Another day above ground. Any day above ground is a good day. And let's first go over economic data. Consumer confidence came out yesterday with a slight beat. We know that Jay Powell testified yesterday. Basically, he just told people what they wanted to hear. Today we have new home sales. Watch that. We had home prices come in yesterday, which were the hottest in about 7 years. But tomorrow is when things get really interesting, because we have initial jobless claims. They came out real hot, meaning not good, last week. Gross domestic product, GDP, for Q4, final revision. I think it's a final revision. Maybe there's one more, but it's a revision nonetheless, not the initial. Durable goods orders, important number. So a lot of economic data coming out. Not so much today, but tomorrow and Friday. Core inflation on Friday. Inflation has been a topic du jour. Powell says there's no inflation. Don't worry about it. It's all good. Food prices rising? No, don't worry about that. Energy prices rising? Don't look there. What else do we have? Chicago PMI, UMich sentiment survey. So we have a lot of things coming out this week that could influence the market. All right, before we go to the pre-market activity and our stock chart requests, let's flip on over to our sponsor, which is TrendSpider. TrendSpider is the next generation in automated technical analysis. I'll be using it today. Automate your grunt work, speed up your technical analysis, and improve your accuracies. No sense in speeding up your analysis if you're not going to get more proficient with your accuracy. Reduce costly mistakes and time your trades with precision with their outstanding trade alerts. Find winning chart setups with their scanners, and they have a lot of them pre-built. You don't have to be a computer scientist to figure them out. They have TrendSpider University, a ton of tutorials. Jake and Dan, great guys. They're available as well to provide lightning fast assistance. Take a tour of their product. They also have a free trial offer. That's not where I wanted to go. You get my drift. Free trial offer, TrendSpider, 35% discount code below. So take advantage of it today. Let's get to the pre-market activity. All right. We have the Russell 2000, which is up by over a half percentage point. We were higher. We did a slight fade this morning. We rebounded off the lows, closing down. Finally, the small caps underperformed the large caps. That has not been the case of late. And we are managing to hold gains here. But my concern is this. If I could find it. It's the 10-year Treasury note, which oddly enough, I figured yesterday we were starting to put in higher lows and we were getting ready to break out. I know we have support below. We got along of the TLT, which is a 20-year bond ETF, not exactly the same here. But we did gap down after the close yesterday and at the open of the future session. And we haven't seen much of a rebound. So that means that yields are rising right now. Yet equities are shrugging it off. Take a look at the NASDAQ 100. They rebounded yesterday, but they did not close positive. They tried to, but no cigar. Taking a look at the S&P 500, up a bip, very, very, 10 bips, I should say. They're up. They did manage to break out. I don't want to minimize the fact that we're pretty much flat on the session because we did break out above a trading channel on a 4-hour time frame. Now, we're short the market. This is not what I want to see, but we can't speak our book. Ugh. That's not what I wanted to do. All right, that's good enough. All right, so we have a breakout here overnight. We're probably going to pull back and do a retest. Do we get a continuation breakout above yesterday's highs, or do we fail? We don't know. Way too early. Now, the other thing that is not helping, but maybe helping support the market a little bit, but that's a contradiction in terms of what I just said. The U.S. dollar. I mean, overnight, I was watching it around 9 o'clock last night, 9:30. Let's go to a 15-minute chart really quick. And we were flirting with, what was the low? The low was 89.98. Then we did a double bottom retest. Again, same price support. I thought we were going. I thought we were going to really start to sell off. We didn't. We rallied back. So the strength in the U.S. dollar may be offsetting the weakness in bonds and that rising yield. How long that's going to last, I don't know. I would not be having the warm and fuzzies right now about being long of equities because they're still so very expensive and extremely extended. We went over this last night on Market Wrap with members using the monthly charts. So we are short the market. I wanted to remind members because the conversation kind of turned to, hey, listen, are we ready to cover here? And the answer was no, because what we want to do is we want to take a step back and remind ourselves that this was just a blip on the screen, what we've seen. This pullback of late, I mean, it was nothing. It's again a blip on the screen. I'm not gonna try to rephrase it any other way. We have not seen a massive sell-off. You saw a glimpse of one yesterday morning, but then of course we rallied because of Jay Powell. So gold prices are down slightly. They were up by about $6 when I went to bed. Now they're down. Why? Rallying the U.S. dollar. The rise in yields. Bitcoin. Bitcoin rebounded last night. Not only did it rebound, but it broke out. These are 4-hour charts, folks. So not insignificant. So do we have a bottom on Bitcoin? We may. Let's go to a weekly chart to appreciate the week. We can rally back here. If we close where we're at or lower, not a great week. It would be an outside reversal week, but we can rally back here. Still 3 trading days left to go. copper. Consolidating sideways. I'm just checking out the other precious metals. Palladium up slightly. Platinum up as well. Looks like platinum's getting ready to break out here. Here's our uptrend channel. Uptrend line, sorry. So here's our trading range. We're in the middle of it right now. Oil. Oil took it on the chin after hours last night, but it did rebound. We had a crude inventory report come out overnight, and oil sold off. But we've quickly rebounded. This is fairly bullish. Again, 4-hour chart. We have higher lows in RSI. What else do we have here? Natural gas. I haven't looked at this in a while. Wrong chart, Bob. Natural gas is weak. All right. So that's the market pre-open. Not a lot of activity. I think the most interesting thing is the rebound in the U.S. dollar. They're trying to defend that 90 mark. But at some point in time, it's going to go. And then you're going to want to be long of gold, silver. Speaking of silver, what's that doing today? Jesus. There we go. Silver up a 0.25 percentage point. Not much activity here. A good day yesterday, not great, but no follow through this morning. Let's go to some chart requests. I didn't say hello to anybody. You say hello. Holy crap. A lot of people on. Sam McCarter, good morning. E Sing, I want to say your first name. I can't. But good name, man. Eric, good morning. For whatever reason, they hid your good morning, Bob. How dare they? I just made it available. Thank you. Good morning to you. McCarter, yeah, Square. Dorsey, for whatever reason, through Twitter and through Square, bought 170 million of Bitcoin. I guess he wants to be another microtechnology in Tesla. His timing couldn't be worse. I mean, it was still sitting with monthly RSI at, 89, near 90? So, not much of a stock picker or a coin picker. Let's go to TrendSpider and do some chart analysis. I want to kick this off. This wasn't requested, but PWR, I just happened to look at it because I was going through my alerts, which fired off. And PWR, really, really nice weekly chart here. This is a construction company. This is a monthly chart. You know, we're making new monthly highs. We didn't take out the highs of last month, but we're close. Back to that weekly chart. Our alert fired off here where we did a retest of support, and it did exactly what you wanted it to do. It retested, even dropped down below that support level, but then rebounded. to close positive. Very, very attractive. Look at this. Boom. 3 sequential days of bullish reversal bars. We flashed a blue doji here. Very, very nice. So we may be buyers of PWR very, very soon. All right, what do we have as a request here? Metal Rooster, good morning to you. Wayne wants Roku and Tesla. ROKU. You're seeing a lot of selling here. You know, I don't want to get fooled by the green. You're seeing a lot of selling. We're far more off the highs of the month than we are off the lows of the month. And the month is nearing a close. $382.16 monthly support. Let's drill down. We hit that twice this month. I'm not loving the RSI. We're putting in lower highs and lower lows. Where's my volume? There we go. Let's take a look at a daily chart. We gapped down yesterday. The only reason why that candlestick is green is because we closed off the lows of the day. Yeah, I think this could be bought for a swing trade, but here's the value of the automated trend lines, right? I drew one line, but take a look at where we found support, the one I did draw a trend line at. I just threw on the automated trend lines. There's another support level as well. But you have resistance right up here. So if you're looking, and I shouldn't say but, that minimizes the fact that you can have a rally, a significant rally, up to this upper band of resistance. The question is, when you get up there, do we fail and roll over and continue the sell-off, or do we break out? We don't know. So just be aware that if you do enter it, that you have a lot of resistance. It could be as soon as $433 that you hit it. So it's not extremely attractive to me due to the fact that the monthly and weekly charts are fairly weak and they have limited upside here before you hit some serious resistance. I think that we may pop today, but I'm not getting the warm and fuzzies about the weekly and monthly charts, especially the monthly chart. And the month is almost over, that we are seeing a fade, we are seeing profit taking, and people are leaving the shares. Volume was decent yesterday, so limited upside. We did bounce off of support levels, good stuff. If anything, you may want to be very disciplined in your entry point, touch, bounce, use the automated trend line feature, keep some sensitivity. I would not go chasing this at all. Just a note to myself. So if you're dead set on doing this, if you get a pullback to the support level and it holds, that would be a good risk reward entry point, giving you an opportunity to use a stop right below the lows of yesterday. Next symbol up, Tesla. I was very surprised that Kathy Wood on Monday bought 200 million, what am I saying? 200 million more shares of Tesla. Tesla took a beating. It was negative on the year. I'm not sure if it still is. But as of early yesterday, it was negative on the year. So very close to an outside reversal bar. This is another company that's talking about buying Bitcoin. And frankly, I think that when these companies announce, like MicroStrategies, their stock wasn't doing anything until they announced they were buying Bitcoin. Twitter, it lost a lot of its interesting people. The ex-president and a lot of other conservative names. Square, I don't follow Square all that much. I'm not sure how that business is doing. I know it's a good company, but when you have companies that are separating themselves from their core businesses, I worry about the core business. What's going on there? Why are you doing that? I know that Tesla was in trouble with the Chinese government, some safety issues, and that just happened to coincide with their announcement about Bitcoin. So buying Bitcoin at its highs does not excite me. So Tesla looks pretty weak here. For me to get involved with Tesla, we need to close above 720.50 per share. No sensitivity. I just care about a close above it. And that's a sign that you have buyers stepping in, bidding the shares up higher, providing support. As you can see, I'm writing potential a lot today because I'm non-committal about this market to the long side. What did I do here? Well, I moved the chart. Okay, I'm wondering what the heck did I just set an alert there for? Wow. Okay. So just beware. I would not go buying here unless the daily chart influences me somehow. I can't imagine that it would, but you never know. We did bounce off of a couple of support levels, one moving average, one volume-weighted moving average, and another support level at 651. RSI losing momentum very, very quickly here. Lower highs, lower lows. So we are not out of the woods yet. Daily chart. Okay, so this is why they bounced it yesterday. So down here, this band, the lower band, is the third standard deviation Bollinger Band. It got oversold. So you're probably going to get a continuation rally. This is where we have our alert set right here. If we break through it, we may rally up to 771. The question is, do we stall? Now, taking a look at seasonality, going back 11 years, February is not a wonderful month for Tesla. It doesn't get much better in March. We're about up 50% of the times. April gets a little bit better. So seasonality, not favorable this time of year. But we're probably going to rally here. The question is, how far? And do we hold support levels? Do we get a reversal bar? So this is one of those stocks. It's a show-me stock. And I know it's Tesla. It's a cult following. Listen, at some point in time, all stocks that were cult followings lose their luster. I'm not saying this is the time, but if you're a cult follower, I'm not talking to Wayne. I'm talking about anybody in general here who's following Tesla. That at some point in time, it's going to lose its luster. So just be careful. Volume was good yesterday on that reversal bar. Good strong close using the range drop charts, a mixture of volume weighted moving average and VWAP. It shows that we had a lot of volume into the close. So a good close. It implies that we should move higher this morning. But remember, a lot of selling weekly, monthly time frame. What else do we have? TMUS, this is for Twan. TMUS, T-Mobile. My mouse is being completely wonky right now. I don't know what's going on. There we go. monthly chart. So obviously a couple of down months with lower low, 3 sequential months, actually 2 sequential months of lower lows. We have support down at 107 per share. We're nowhere near there. 119.45 should be support. We closed a couple of dimes below that support level, well within the margin of error for a monthly chart, unless, of course, we start breaking down to new monthly lows. Weekly chart. All right, so things get interesting here. This is a weekly chart. You can see that they reversed it yesterday, and they attempted to recapture support, but they failed. They couldn't do it. Maybe it'll happen today. Maybe it'll happen tomorrow. But they couldn't close the deal, which is a bit of a concern. Now, what if they do? Where is it going? Automated trend lines up. And we could rally up to, let's call it 125 per share. Daily chart. Again, bullish reversal bar as we saw on the weekly chart, unable to recapture support. So we have an instance here of, do we have an effort to create a head fake? We broke down on the 22nd. There was an effort to recapture. This is the same. It's the inverse of a breakout and then a retest of the breakout point, right? We have a breakdown. Now we have a retest of the breakdown point. So the question is, do we recapture or do we fail? We don't know. We need to wait until 3:59 Eastern Standard Time to see whether or not this stock is trading above a resistance level before we decide to press the buy button. So the jury's out here. Maybe it will recapture, maybe it won't. But the trend is clearly down. So odds favor bears. Volume was good yesterday. I would just be careful here. Wait to see how we close out the day. HMS, that's not the same chart. There we go. HIMS. IMS. Hims and Hers Health. Never heard of this one. It's because it's a fairly new issue. I'm not loving this monthly chart. It's pretty much a disaster area. Let's drill down, get more data. All right. So 3 sequential down weeks. It's got to hold 1689. I'm using this doji formation back in January as my benchmark to decide what this thing needs to do to be bought. And it's in the middle of no man's land, in the middle of a trading range. Let's go to the daily chart. I couldn't condone a buy or a short at these levels. It's in the middle of a trading range that is inconclusive. Now, the daily chart looks more optimistic. We flashed a bullish Q reversal bar yesterday on volume, which is great to see. So I think that for a swing trade, I'd want the best risk reward, especially in this market. So I'd be looking for a retest. of, what is it, 1687 per share. And then we'll see what happens. Good raindrop chart, good close, a lot of buying into the close. So the daily chart looks good, weekly chart inconclusive, monthly chart a disaster area. So just be forewarned that the higher level view, monthly chart, not looking wonderful. Maybe the next couple of days will change that. We are seeing higher lows. Good day yesterday, so it makes it interesting. PD. Pager duty. Very similar monthly chart as to HIMS, which I'm not liking. This is a spinning top formation, sign of indecision. I didn't want to go back to a daily chart. Let's go to a weekly chart. Now, the weekly chart, this is the value of the automated trend lines. Take them off. So automatically, we're showing a couple of things here. One, we broke out the week of January the 11th. Two, we retested and held the week of January the 25th, follow through to the upside. Now we're pulling back, doing another retest. Okay, good stuff. It's got to hold the support level, 47.78, thereabouts. It's got to hold that mark. If it fails and we close down below it, we're probably going to trade sideways for a week or two, then we're rolling over and going lower. It's got to hold the support level. Daily chart. Good. Bullish reversal bar. We were stopped at the 50-period moving average yesterday. Okay volume into the close. Good volume overall yesterday. So same strategy here. I'd be looking for a pullback and a retest so I know where I want to get out. Because if we close down below this support level, I want to get out. I don't want to hope when I should fear. It's the OCD. It's got to be right. Okay. And we're good to go. We left a little bit of sensitivity on there. It doesn't have to tap exactly the support level. We're not rocket scientists here, but in the neighborhood, it's got to be with a stop loss right below. Eric, for whatever reason, they're hating on you today, man. They keep blocking your comments. All right, we'll take a couple of requests, and then I got to get going. We're going to keep it at 3 today. We'll go with AMNZ, TGC, and AMC. Let's do that. Langley Dorsey, biggest dork on the planet. Can't say I disagree. Bonnie Bean, good morning. OPTT, I heard some news I'm not liking. I didn't validate it yet, but I'm not liking the news. Taking crypto to circumvent U.S. sanctions. That's not going to bode well with the U.S. government, especially when we have warships all throughout that area. So I'm not exactly sure what they're thinking or whether it's maybe it's rumor. All right, AMNZF, is this accurate? Yeah, they blocked it again, Eric. Very strange. No, that's not accurate. AMNZ, it keeps throwing on an F. That was my bad. Yeah, that symbol's not coming up. Eric, you may want to check that. If it's not a Canadian or U.S. stock, I may not get it. AMC. AMC had a very good day yesterday. Good covered call premiums on this. I think they're reopening one of their New York City locations. Correct me if I'm wrong or tell me if I'm right on that. A lot of technical damage done this month. Obviously, this is one of the meme stocks. Oh, AMZN. Gotcha. Okay. Monthly chart not looking good, but I know it had a good day yesterday, so let's drill down here. Weekly chart. It's positive on the week. We have a new weekly high. Good stuff. I like the higher lows on RSI. Daily chart. We're right at resistance. Just beware, 788 is a resistance mark. Good raindrop chart. We had a breakout on RSI yesterday. Seasonality I'm not going to use because of these strange times. So I can't condone buying into resistance level. So what we must do is identify a good support level. 693 is good support. That would be interesting. I wouldn't want to see it trade down below that mark. If it did, I would avoid it. But if it does, if it pulls back, retest 692, 693, then you could enter. Eric, they keep hammering you, man. I'll get that for you, Eric. What else do we have here? TGC. Something's going on with the daily chart. We'll come back to this. I just want to take a look at the monthly chart first. Another situation where we have a lot of selling on the month, second consecutive month, a ton of resistance above. Very critical to get a good risk reward entry point. Weekly chart. Another spinning top formation, this time on a weekly time frame. I will point, there's a lot of data on this stock. February is not a favorable month at all. Up only, 28% of the times? 33% of the times. That improves in March and in April, but just barely. The month to have owned this, January. Daily chart. Yeah, we broke down. I wouldn't be a buyer until we close back above this resistance level here. I'm not even going to set an alert. But it's got to close back above, let's call it 360, 370 per share. Then I would be interested in buying it. Right now, it's under a lot of pressure. It's not holding support. It's not holding its mud. We have a bit of support at 351. That might be a good risk-reward entry point if you want to scratch the itch and wait for the breakout, but use a tight stop right below it if it fails. We'll leave it off with Amazon because I got to go. We're running over. And ZN. Again, I typed it. This time you have the right symbol, and I typed it in the same damn way. AMZN. All right. This is the month of spinning top formations. Second consecutive month. We're entering a very favorable period of time. This goes back 20 years. February, a horrible month seasonally. That changes through March, then in April, May, June, July, and then it drops down in August. So we're entering a very favorable period of time here. So the question then becomes, if we want to buy, where do we buy? Well, the first thing that jumps out at me is that we've broken down on a weekly time frame. I had an alert set here that expired. Oof. Not a good week. I would not be a buyer here because you'd be buying into weekly resistance. I would need to see a pullback. So long entry, tight stop is the note to self, because this is a problem. We were in this trading range for a number of months, ever since the summer. We broke out the week of February the 1st. Then we fell. That's a breakout point failure. And generally what happened this week normally happens. We retrace back down to the lower band of support, and most of the time, or many of the times, we break. And that's exactly what happened. Yes, we bounced on the week. That doesn't mean we're going to hold it. So we could easily retrace back down to support. Daily chart. Good reversal bar yesterday. Doesn't mean we can't rally back up in an effort to try to recapture support or resistance. I wouldn't buy these shares. Not right here, not right now. They got to come to me. They got to come to me to be bought. I would not chase them. This is a market that is way, way too speculative, way too overbought. We went over this with members last night. Again, I mentioned this earlier. Why are we still short the market? We had to revisit it. People get spooked. You get one counter trend rally, meaning on the Dow and the S&P 500 yesterday, people start questioning, why are we short? You got to go back to the reason why. Take a look at your monthly charts. We are extremely extended. Take a look at the Buffett indicator, the Shiller PE ratio. We're extremely expensive. So that's why we're still short. Be very careful here. If you're going to try to momentum trade this, there's really no momentum to be had. If you're going to buy it on a new daily high, tight trailing stop loss order. With that, folks, I want to say everyone have a very profitable trading day. And I will talk to you soon. You're very welcome, Eric. And be well. Hi, Bob. Amazon should go up to 4,000 by June. Easy. I'm not saying it can't. I don't have a crystal ball. Technical analysis is about probabilities. We're basing our decisions about what has happened in the past, what support levels have been taken out, or what support levels have been broken. So I'm not going to say you're wrong, but it doesn't look probable. So with that, folks, everybody have a profitable trading day. If you want those symbols reviewed, shop, Real Network, I got to go. Join us on Thursday night for Thursday Night Stock Charts Live, and use the link below to get alerted 15 minutes, half hour prior to us going live. Everybody be well. Talk to you soon.